one of the questions I had was, why would this workshop, the relevance of this workshop with the modern woman?
I think women have a lot of challenges today. There is the desire to merge, to be mothers. That's a very natural female thing. At the same time, they want to realize themselves. So a lot of women are having children later and later, finding committed partners later, because there's such an urge to develop yourself, to learn about yourself. Maybe it's self-development, maybe it's career, but there's not the urgency anymore for women to immediately have families.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is really great, because women are recognizing their own path, their own individual path. They're not immediately going, right, I'm a marriageable age, off we go.
Yeah.
They're going, what is my reality? What do I want? How can I express myself? Where can I be creative? You know, being creative is not only having kids, it's creating so many beautiful things. And in that, you fulfill yourself. You know, we used to be fulfilled only through our children or through our partners, but where's our self-fulfillment?
Yeah.
Also, women are free to live a spiritual life, to go on an inner search. Now, I don't agree anymore that you have to choose between the mundane life of family and children and a spiritual path. I really seriously disagree with that. But, you know, that was part of what was passed to us, and it's something that I now soundly reject. I think you can have children, very fulfilling relationships, and develop yourself. It's not in conflict. So I think that's the challenge, that women can have it all. So how do you have it all? How do you balance it all? You know, no one's saying you can't do this, you can't do that, but there's a level of responsibility that also comes with freedom. When you're insecure, you're always trapped in the negative feminine, depressed, negative, miserable, jealous, possessive, controlling, you know, being like the FBI on your partner, because you don't live in yourself. You don't trust your own value. So the first thing is, rather than say you need to drop all those negative behaviors, you go, what's the source of those negative behaviors? Well, I don't love myself. I don't feel my worth. So that's where the healing starts. What's my worth? My innate worth.
It almost sounds like, Vasu, a big part of it is, you know, learning, creating the awareness, but also accepting before you can start to grow. Because if you're, this has been my experience, that the more you're fighting with, you know, whatever feels dark about you, negative about you, the more you're fighting with it, the more you're locked up into that.
Absolutely. You know, and we've been told, you know, we've internalized so much negativity that we judge ourselves constantly. There is not a sense of loving ourselves, accepting ourselves, being compassionate with ourselves. That's why heart-centered approaches are really helpful to develop self-compassion, self-composure, equanimity, kindness. You know, that's a lot of, and it's so difficult for women because we've internalized so much rejection of the feminine that we carry, almost self-hate. Then we end up in very destructive relationship patterns that we really can't get out of. With people who don't treat us so well, but we cannot stop. I really deal with these obstinate attachments, these really frustrating relationships that drain you on so many levels, but yet in the female psyche, better to have a bad one than nothing at all, because we cannot be alone.
Yeah, or Vasu, you know, just being so afraid, having had bad experiences, becoming so afraid of relationships.
Yeah, that's what we call the regressive state, that you just regress into, oh, I'm too terrified, I'm never going there again.
Yeah, never going there again.
Understandable. These things are so hurtful, so damaging. You know, we have to work with what we've internalized, because it feels like a second skin when in fact it isn't. It's conditioning. So it's a lot of internal awareness work. It's not just transmutation of energetic states. I love the psychological. I love inquiry, because I think it's fundamental to any spiritual path.
Well,